Yo, salute everybody, man. Much respect, man. Y'all already know it's your boy Coach tapping in, man. My favorite words is I tell you, every day above that dirt is a blessing, no matter what. Stop all that stress. Listen, man, today, man, like I've been telling y'all, I got exclusive. Sit down with my homeboy, man, my little partner, man, T.Graham, man. T.Graham, man. Say hello. Say hello.
How y'all doing, man? What's going on?
Hey, man, y'all don't mind the camera, man. You know, we just getting a little adjusted to things. But look, man, today, man, we finna just have a sit down, man, and just talk about a little football, man. Talk about the past, man. Talk about Deion Sanders. Talk about Jack State. Talk about goddamn on the swag in general, and just talk about football, man, in life, man. So salute, man, everybody, man. I hope y'all like it, man. And look, listen. The last 30 minutes of the live, man, will be an open panel, man. No goofy shit. I'm telling y'all now, no goofy shit. Come up here if y'all hit the panel, man. Come up on some real good questions. Don't come with no crazy shit. Man, we're gonna start out today, man. It's my choice, man. I love you, man. Appreciate you, though, homie. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. I'm gonna have to hold it so we can see a little bit. All right. Hey, man, my first question, man. How long you been playing football, man?
My whole life, I had a pair of cleats before I was out of diapers. Honestly, like back in the day when champs and stuff used to sell cleats and stuff, my parents was buying me cleats before I could even do anything.
Can y'all hear good? Hey, if you can hear good, drop a football in the chat for me. Keep going.
So yeah, I've been playing. I've been on the team. I've been playing like actual team wise football since I was 4 years old.
So let me ask you this. What does football mean to you? Tell me that.
I breathe football. I wake up, eat football. That's all I ever wanted to do. My goal in life has always been to go to the next level and be professional and go and actually get the opportunity to play professionally and just it was always eat, sleep, dream football. It's everything for me.
So let me ask you this. So we here in Mobile, Alabama, of course, y'all, man, back home in my neighborhood, things like that, you know, around here at my old park, our old high school, things like that. So let me ask you this. What was it like growing up in Mobile, Alabama, playing football? You know, with our city, man, having our challenges for the black youth, black males, and things like that, man. What was it like growing up playing football?
Growing up here playing football, it was different. And I've been other places. I've lived other places. I just lived in Jackson for 5 years. I lived in California for a short stint of time. And just actually seeing what football did for people here it's completely different. Football brought out everybody. Like literally I can think back of times where when I was playing park league football, all my dad friends would come out to the game. They don't even have kids. They don't have no kids. But I'm talking about 20, 30 of my dad friends was at the game just to see me play. So it was it and from where I'm from, I have two older brothers that play football too. So they were a big influence in my life as well. It's just I've always been I've always just been a football fanatic. So it was an experience. I can say that it was an experience.
So let me ask you this, man. Coming from the Flow High School, how was that? How was that
It was hard. It was hard.
process?
I'm not gonna lie. It was hard. Just and I'm not pointing no fingers. I've never been on finger pointing.
Right,
But coming from the floor, I was very under recruited.
right,
And I feel as if I was under recruited just based off of the staff that I played under and not based off the talent that I actually had.
right,
Um my head coach, not gonna like I said, I'm not gonna put no name
right,
on. He in the Hall of Fame at Alabama State. He couldn't even get Alabama State to come down here and look at us.
right, right.
And it's just I feel I got the short end of the stick, but I came out on top.
So let me ask you this, because you know I know them pains that coming from the flow with being under recruited and stuff like that. Do you feel like that's a problem in Mobile with our inner city schools being under recruited like that?
Guess what? I'm not even gonna say just our inner city schools per
Hmm.
se, because think of Roger McCreary.
Right,
Roger just came from Winston.
right, right.
Roger is a first year starter in the NFL.
Correct.
Think of St. Paul is a known school, but think of Jalen Arm Davis.
Right.
He got recruited from St. Paul. Um Viger, Sydney. Sydney went to Florida State.
Right.
It's the people that we have in those positions. You're put in this position to be the betterment
for these kids that you're coaching. Something that I always realized was I'm my parents' child
Mhm.
every day. But when I get out here on this field with you from 3 to 6, I'm
I'm
your
your child.
son.
That's right. That's right.
And
That's
I
right.
feel like a lot of coaches could take that parent step forward and kind of put a little bit more into it. But at the end of the day, you got to have that player that's going to buy in too.
So let me ask you this: since we're talking about high school and things like that, well, give me your most memorable moment playing for the John L. Flow Rap.
Hmm. The most memorable moment that I had. So I was I only played for three. I was only on the team for 3 years. I started for 2.5 years. My most memorable moment was bringing us back from 21-0 deficit, 21-0 deficit in the fourth quarter against
Mhm.
who were we playing? Go
Go
Shores.
so.
I got two. Yeah, you
Go
remember?
so.
I got two fumble recoveries late in the fourth
Mhm.
quarter, and that moment it felt it showed me like this is where I wanted to be, and this is what I wanted to do,
Right.
because it was just the simple fact like it was in my hands.
Right.
Coaches couldn't do it. The other players act like they didn't want to do it.
Right.
So I had
Right.
I
I
had to
remember
step
that
up.
game like it was yesterday, man. Man, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. That team, them 4 years, man. When you and nephew and the cuz was all on them teams, man. I missed them teams, man. It has not been the same since y'all left. I
Yeah,
say that much. It really has, man. While we still on that, what was the recruiting process like for you?
it was hard. It was really hard, honestly. Like I remember going home, having days crying to my mama and to my dad, and just like ain't nobody coming to see us. I ain't got no offers.
Right.
Football season almost over, and it was hard. It was honestly hard. Like it's countless times where it's just I didn't know where I would end up. I considered JUCO, I considered all that. And then one day I had football, I had the field house 4 o'clock. One day I walked in and my coach he pulled me to the side and he was like, "Hey man, so I just wanted to let you know you just picked up your first offer."
Ah.
And like that, like
Look at the smile on his face, y'all. Look at the smile on his face still.
just picking up, and it was an NAIA school, Point
Right.
University. I think if y'all out there, if y'all see this, I appreciate every school that offered me. My first offer was from Point. My second offer was from Miles, and the way I got the offer from Jackson State, I do not advise kids to do, but I was skipping class. I was skipping class. I was skipping class, and Puncho
Hmm.
came and told me, "Man, we got to go talk to Miss Martin. Miss Martin, know the coach at Jackson State." I said, "Man, come on, let's go talk to her." So we go talk to her. She give him a call. Coach Derry McCall. Coach McCall is coaching at Lane University, Lane College right now. Thank you, Coach McCall. I'm so appreciative. She called Coach McCall, and this is when I knew Jackson State was it for me.
Right, right.
Coach McCall, I didn't even come to school just that. I talked to Coach McCall on the phone that day, and I sent him all my film, but I didn't even come to school this day. My dad gave me some money and said, "Go pay this on your senior fee." I came up here, and one of my teachers reached out to me and said, "Hey, Ms. Martin is looking for you." And I was out of uniform. I had just came from home. I drove around to Ms. Martin class, and when I walked in there, Coach McCall was sitting there
Sitting that way.
waiting on me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So let me ask you this. All right, now we threw a little bit about the high school, and we threw about high school. So what was college like for you? And we ain't even just gonna talk sports. This is this college in general. What was college like for you?
Um, well, so I grew up playing park. I played county league. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
played in the park. So
Right.
I was already acclimated to like just being around different people. Then when I came to LaFleur and I came to back to Mobile, I was in mixed culture out there, and I came back to LaFleur, it was majority black people. But going to HBCU,
All black.
all black.
All black.
But
All
guess,
black.
but guess what? I'm not even gonna say it like that because we had like people from Canada. The whole baseball team was from
Right.
Puerto Rico,
Mm-hmm.
and it was. I don't want to say it was a culture shock, but
It's different
it's
atmosphere.
it's a different atmosphere. Like
Right.
honestly, I can account for my first homecoming literally from. If you've been to Jackson, Mississippi, you know Lynch Street from the beginning of the plaza to the end of the plaza. Literally, you had to walk, and like every step you took, you was touching somebody.
Right.
Like it was that many people just for homecoming. It was man. I'm talking about man. There's a lot of stuff I can say. There's a lot of stuff
Nah,
I
we ain't gonna
can't
do
say.
all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna do all that. You know what I'm
But
saying? I know what
but
it is.
listen, it was an experience, literally. Like I had enough fun my freshman year to not want to go out and party no more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So look. So let me ask you this: what was your mind? If you don't mind telling everybody, what major? What was your major?
Oh, okay. So I'm a therapeutic recreation major.
Say that again for the folks. Say that again.
I'm a therapeutic recreation major.
Say that one more time for the folks. Just do that one more time for the folks to let them know that it ain't just about football. We about
It's not
basically
just about
about that
football.
brain too.
Yeah, therapeutic recreation major. So what I would do with that is I use recreational tools to work with the betterment of folks' mental, physical, and emotional well-being. So just something as simple as listening to music, I can use that as therapy. I'm a therapist, but I'm a therapist for people who care, not for people who want money.
Right. Man, I want to tell you, man. Besides, watching you play football for some years and stuff like that, man, I want to tell you, man, I'm so proud. I've always said that to you in messages, and not like, bro, I'm proud of you. Fuck the football. I'm proud of you for going to college, man, for real, and trying to better yourself on that level. But you know what I'm saying? So now, I got that, we got to ask some questions. Now, we got to get into it a little bit. We got to get. So look, when you first attended Jack State and everything, you was under one different coaching staff, correct?
I went through 3 different coaching staffs in 4 years.
So tell us about that.
So my first coaching staff, I was under the Tony Hughes era. So we call ourselves Tony Hughes baby. So he recruited maybe 15 of us, and that I'm not gonna put it on him, but that was a losing era.
Right.
And that kind of just it was shocking just coming into college and like I'm just like, dang, we losing. I just came from a losing high school,
Right.
and just I done came into college and we still losing. But honestly, I can say that kind of showed me how a program shouldn't be ran.
Right.
That definitely showed me how a program shouldn't be ran. And then after that, I came into the John Hendricks area. John Hendricks was my linebacker coach my freshman year. So when they fired Tony Hughes at the end of the squad, like midway through the end of the season, they gave Coach Hendricks the interim head coach job. So after that, we decided that we wanted him to be our head coach, and he led us to five. Well, we finished the season at 500, and then he led us into my sophomore year of the 500 season as well. And Coach Hendricks is. I did a research paper on Coach Hendricks because outside of football, Coach Hendricks is a man's man. He's staying on it, and he's one of those men like you just. He one of those guys. If he tell you he disappointed in something you did, it'll hurt your feelings.
It hurts, right? He one of them type of guys. Yes. Right. So after that, then you had Coach Prime, huh? You had Coach Dion. You had Coach Dion, huh? Yeah. So tell me how was that, bro? Tell me how was that? Tell me what was the first day when he walked into the team room. Tell me how was that?
Guess what? I can tell you about the first Zoom call we had.
Tell us all.
The first Zoom call I had with the D line had with Coach Prime because I transitioned from linebacker to D line my sophomore year. So the first Zoom call that we had with Coach Prime got on there and told us like, "Hey, I'm not coming to play at all. If you don't want to be here, you won't be here." And it's Deion Sanders.
Right.
Like, come on, I've been
Grew up
football
watching
my
them,
whole
yeah.
life. I done had the Deions. Everybody wearing his shoes. Like, it's a culture shock.
Right.
And just the first time he walked in the room, it was like you just felt the whole room just go cold, go numb.
Did it give you chills or anything? Oh yeah, look. I got a little chill when you just talked about it, bro.
Just taking into consideration, this is my third head coach,
right.
And when he walked in the room, it's just everything just went like you could hear a rat piss on kite. Right. That's how quiet it is, and it's just that's prime time. Like it went from we got Coach Prime. Everybody talking about y'all got Coach Prime to actually seeing him every day.
Right.
It was different.
So how was practice? Question? What's the difference? And tell everybody, especially like the young high school kids that want to play college, things like that. What's the main difference between practicing over here in high school at John Lennon Flo and having practice at Jack State University?
Speed and focus. I can honestly say that your speed and your focus. out here, I can account for plenty of times where we was just out at practice, playing, like just out here having fun, doing our own thing, and just being different. Just everybody was different. When it came to playing for prime,
Mhm.
we all gonna dress the same.
Right.
We all gonna practice the same. And if you don't want to practice, you're gonna go.
Right.
Cause you like I've always heard practice how you play. I've
Mhm.
always heard that. But prime put emphasis to it. Like honestly.
So do you feel like, honestly, do you feel like coming from Mobile and coming from the flow and going to Jack State, do you feel that the coaching, even if it's individual position coach, do you feel like anybody kind of got you prepared, physically ready for the next level?
From here.
Right. Just an honest answer, you know.
Honest answer.
Right, honest answer.
As far as discipline, yes, only one person,
Right.
Coach Captain Hill.
Oh, Cohere.
Captain Hill showed me
Right.
discipline. Captain Hill showed me discipline. Captain Hill, and something that Captain Hill told me before the football season was even over my senior year, before I got offered by Jackson State, before any of this, he told me, he said, "You think you're gonna go out there and mouth back to them people that's going out here and getting paid for this? They not no volunteer coaches. They not none of that. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna want to say what you want to say back, and you're gonna want to talk all that noise, and they're gonna send you right back to Mobile."
So how was your first game? Your first game suiting up, your first game playing, how was that for you?
So my first game actually putting on equipment was homecoming.
Ooh, so I
My
know that was big for you.
my freshman year, I'll never forget. We played Mississippi Valley State. It was the first game I didn't ever suited up, and it's it. Now keep in mind, like we had some swamp games during the prime era,
Right.
but we had some swamp games before prime
Before,
got there too.
right.
So just imagine walking out and seeing 40, 50,000 of your people.
Right.
People out there that look like you and me.
Right.
It's
This is
different.
something different. Right.
It's different. It's literally like it's you know how most people go out there and nut up and get scared. It's just like I just felt in my mode. I'm
Right.
talking about, and I didn't even get a chance to play like my position that game. I just played strictly kickoff.
Right.
I'm talking
Special
about.
teams, but still, it didn't matter.
Yeah, guess what? If you want to go to the next level, if you want to go to college, get ready to play special teams. If you don't want to play special teams, you will not
You
play.
not make it, right? So look, so let me ask you this. We're gonna go to this. Tell me, man, with the superstars being at practice, you know, right before we started, we was talking about Gilly and Snoop and all that, like Warren Sharp and all that. Tell me, man, how was that coming from Brown Hill? Well, we don't see, you know what I'm saying, even
Yeah.
though we got some superstars that come from down here, but we don't really see them
Not
like that.
like
We can't touch them. But you know what I'm saying, with you being there with all them superstars and stuff like that, tell us how was that for you?
It made you play up to what you knew you could do.
Right.
It put you at a different level as far as your mindset, because you got to take into consideration first game of last season. My last season was Jackson State. My first game, we're practicing in Miami, and Michael Vick is there, Warren Sapp is there, Vic, like really, like Vic.
Big,
Vic is there.
right.
Like Michael Vick, you feel me? Like Michael Vick sat there throughout whole practice and just hearing what they had to say, like taking into consideration Warren Sapp pulled the whole D line over to the side and coached us up. He watching what we doing, he telling us what we doing wrong and how we should do this, and how and it's being able to be coached or being able to be just taught by greatness is different.
Right. 'Cause, I mean, that's a Hall of Famer, man. Like seriously, like bro, y'all had Hall of Famers from Troy Aikman, you know what I'm saying, to Warren Sapp, etc. Vic, all them man coming to see them, coming to put hands on.
Hands on.
So I'm saying like real deal hands on, man. That's something that I think, man, with Coach Prime, what he was doing with y'all at Jack State, man, that should be celebrated more. See what I'm saying? I mean, you know, a lot of people have their own feelings about him as a person, man, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But what he was doing with young men, that should be celebrated more. See what I'm saying? With things like that. So let me ask you this. Excuse me. How does it feel to be two-time back-to-back SWAC champ?
That guess what? Coming from I went 3-7 for 4 years consecutive in high school. 3-7 for 4 consecutive years. I might have did my thing, but 3-7
Right.
4 consecutive years.
Mm-hmm.
Then I come to college, we have a 500 season. Next year we have a 500 season. Then we have COVID, and we lose the spring season in the COVID. We lost. Even though we should have won, I feel like we could have done better. But right after that, coming straight into two undefeated swag seasons, ain't nobody in the swag beat us until here.
Right.
Nobody.
Right. So what about the spring? The spring season too. Y'all won undefeated in swag that year too, didn't you? If I'm not mistaken. Oh, so y'all lost in the swag that year.
Yeah,
Okay.
we didn't even make it to the actual championship that spring. Alabama and them won it.
Yeah, that's right.
And they thought that was gonna translate to the season.
Because they had that what he was light skinned Caucasian boy that played quarterback.
What is a Kia Glass?
You're right. Yeah, because he got a pro offer or something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So look, man. So I got to ask you, man. You know, while we just throughout. How was it, man, when Coach Prime came in there and told y'all that he was leaving that he had accepted Colorado, the head coaching job at Colorado? How was that as a team? Not just individually. Speak on the individual, but also as a team as a whole. How was that for y'all?
Okay, so everybody thought we was gonna take it negatively.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he told us something real. He said, in this world, in this game, if you don't elevate, you're gonna die where you at.
Say that again for me.
If you don't elevate, you're gonna die where you at. And
Right.
and with that being said, it's you gotta remember, it's always somebody that's coming behind you. It's always somebody that wanted more than you do. And you gotta realize that if I don't push harder to go further, you're gonna stay in the same spot. Literally, you ain't nothing gonna come of it.
Right.
So as a team, we weren't upset at all. I can't speak for the whole 100%, but 90% of us
Was cool with
we was cool with it.
Right. Because of the things that he did for you.
Yeah, you got
Because of the exposure, all that good stuff.
It was the little stuff. It was
Right.
the little stuff, like the man, like as far as gear, stuff like this.
Right.
Just stuff this simple. You feel me? Like take into consideration. In my tenure at Jackson State, my freshman year, when I got there, we really wasn't having nothing. They gave us a shirt, a pair of shorts, and a pair of cleats for fall camp. That's what you got. And then if you made the travel team, you got your travel sweatsuit,
Right.
and you got like one of the shirts, and you got a pair of shoes.
So basically, you had to have your own shit. Basically, there's so many words you had to have your own.
My freshman year, I practiced in my little cleats, my white and green cleats. I practiced every day in my white and green cleats because they gave me a pair of low top cleats. And I liked the cleats, but it was just like I needed something that I was comfortable in.
Right.
When it came down to Prime, like I promise you, like his first couple weeks, that we got like 3 workout uniforms, 2 sweatsuits, shoes, all type. The CEO of Under Armour came and gave us a pair of shoes before they released.
So look, while he was there, didn't he transition y'all the locker room and everything like
We
that?
got a new locker room.
New locker room, all that stuff. So that's stuff that those kids that's coming into Jack State will benefit forever.
Yeah,
Things like that.
But let me establish this: the locker room was already in motion. Coach Hendrick started that.
Okay.
But Coach Prime finished.
He put the finishing touches on.
And Coach Prime put the money into it.
Oh, okay. So look, let me ask you this. You know, it was a lot of questions. It's a lot of things that was said about how he came out his own pocket for a lot of things. Is that true?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. You got to take into consideration Jackson State wasn't able to offer him what Colorado was able to offer him. What a lot of schools would be able to offer him. And Prime been rich since '89.
Right.
89. So him doing that was just out of the kindness of his heart. Like he really wanted better for us as players, as men. You know, like that's what he was out there doing. He was trying to raise men.
Right. That's what's up, man. It's just, you know, like I said, man, when you come from our environment, from our city like that, and then when you're able to go any level outside of here, I don't care if it's JUCO, I don't care if it's NAI, I don't care if it's D2, whatever, D1, I don't care, man. I'm always happy. But for you to have that to be in that situation to where you can actually, like I said earlier, to where you can put hands on and go on south and put hands on you and say, hey man, you hitting the gap wrong or something like that, man. You know, that's special, man. That's a real blessing. So let me ask you this. You know, before Coach Prime got there, y'all had a certain level of talent. I'll say that much. And when Coach Prime got there, he brought in different levels of talent. I'll just say that much. How was that? How was like practice and things like that going up against, you know, the quote unquote 4 or 5 stars?
Yeah.
How was that?
my personal opinion, when you get to college, them stars don't mean nothing.
Right.
Because guess what? You still gonna have to line up against somebody that got motor like me.
Mhm.
Then somebody that wanna go, somebody that's gonna give it to you every play. 'Cause I'm coming every play.
Right.
Every play I'm not taking nothing off. So unless you are the only player that well I'm not gonna lie like that. I've seen players who are 4, 5 stars and stuff like that who actually go out there and perform on the practice field and go out there and translate it to the game field.
Right.
But for a fact, it's an offensive lineman that we had that is currently in the CFL. I can pull out my phone right now and show you 10 videos of
How
me
you
whooping
dogging him?
dogs. And guess what? I came out of high school, no stars,
Right.
3 offers,
And then
three
man,
offers.
5 star. He was one of the ones that transferred down.
Hey, guess what? He went to a Power 5 school before he
Right.
came to Jack State.
Right.
He went to two
That's
Power 5 schools. He went to 2 Power 5 schools before he came to Jack State.
so I'm a fan of recruiting. I'm a fan of high school football. You know that and all that stuff, man. Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter, man, I kind of been watching Travis Hunter for a little while. You know what I'm saying? All the highlights and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
man. You know, is he that man like that for real?
Guess what? Honestly, I can say this much. I've never been a jock puller.
Right.
Nothing. If you're good, you're good. I'll give it to you. Every so often there's a man amongst boys on the field.
He wanna.
That's
He
him.
wanna.
Like honestly, like one of his first practices, I watched this one against one of our best wide receivers who just left and committed to Auburn. I watched him track the ball in the air at corner for 30 yards.
Mm.
He's running, tracking the ball for 30 yards and covering at the same
Mm.
time. He's not even worried about the man he's playing. He's so talented and set in what he can do and his talent. He know what it is.
Right. Right.
He's a man amongst boys.
So what about Shador? So he got that. He got that arm like that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what? If as long as he got somebody to block for him,
He got that
he gonna
time. He good.
as long as he got the time, he gonna get it done.
Right.
He gonna complete it. He's different.
So he got that. He got that quote unquote that it also. He got that. So let me ask you this: with him and with Travis Hunter, those type of guys, you know, they get the outside training. You know what I'm saying? Because rumors has it that Shador gets trained by Tom Brady, etc. like that. Oh, so you know what I'm saying? With that, do you feel like with Coach Prime, he's giving even right now he's out of Colorado, he's giving those kids that extra to make it to the league like that?
So they definitely are getting a leg up on the company.
Right.
I can give you that much. But what Prime is doing is he's making stuff happen for his son. With this, if you had if your son was a running back and he played what you felt if he played and was built what you felt was similar to Sherman Williams,
Mm-hmm. Say 20. Shout out
and
to
you
Say
can go
20.
and guess what? And you know Sherman Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have him go train with Sherman Williams?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so if my son is built and play style like Tom Brady,
I'm gonna
and I
do
know
that.
Tom Brady,
Right.
he gonna go work out with Tom Brady.
Right. Hey, look, everybody, this is the time of the moment, man, where the panel is open. Panel is open. But I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Again, hold on. The rules are as follow, man. When you come up here, man, if you have legitimate good questions, please give us legitimate good questions. Don't come up here, please, with no goofy. If you come up here with some goofy, you know you'll be kicked out early. Anyway, man, salute, man. We still gonna keep the conversation going, man, and everything like that. So hopefully everybody's having a good time, man. Get your
Hey,
questions together. Also, man, if you got questions in the chat, hold on, bro. Hold on. Also, man, if you got questions in the chat, man, please give us questions in the chat, man. I'll read them off, man, and ask them as then. Okay, what's going on, Ken? How's it going today, sir?
Hey, dog, I want to say, first of all, congratulations.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I got background, couldn't really hear you right there.
First of all, I want to say congratulations to him. I'm originally from Metcalf, Mississippi, born and bred. I've been out through Valley State. I'm glad he chose Jackson State instead of Valley because Valley could have been a good spot if they invested money. He could have took over in Valley. But Jackson State is the better spot because it got the heat on it. And then, dog, can you please tell people who you are right now before I start bragging on you for how you made the decision when school was over? please tell people who you are?
My name is T.Graham. I am
Hold on,
a
I hear
senior.
the wind in the background. Hold on,
Okay.
hold on.
All
Get
right,
the wind out the background, coach.
stay
Coach,
focused,
I
kid.
hate coach. I'm trying to
Kid,
hear
stay
you.
focused.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah, my name is T.Graham. I'm a senior defensive lineman at Jack State. Well, I'm a previous defensive lineman. Right now, I'm just finishing up my bachelor's before I go get my master's.
So what are you getting your bachelor's in?
I'm getting my bachelor's in therapeutic recreation.
Oh, well,
Kid, so
you
you was in the chat,
already
man. You heard that, man.
look. What y'all not understanding? He's already preparing himself for if he get hurt, he's still gonna get paid. Y'all don't hear that. He's already smart. And I'm glad that you chose because you know what I'm talking about as far as Valley State, Mississippi State, and Ole Miss, right?
Yes,
Because
sir.
you see how they use you up and don't give you your money. And you chose Jackson State because you see how important it is for you to be at Jackson State. And you need to tell people who you are and how important it is that you went to Jackson State because and then what you're studying is gonna make sense a long time over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Can you please
Hey,
reflect on that?
One thing that I was told during my recruiting visit that that stood strong, my mom and my dad was they told us if you come to Jackson State, you're gonna leave with an education.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of places that's not gonna be like that. Take into consideration probably about 60% of the NFL players that get drafted, they haven't graduated by the time they get drafted.
Exactly. And this is the thing, like when I was going to I know you've heard of Kahoma Junior College.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Like, I went there and I did a lot and they always told them, "Do not go to Ole Miss or Mississippi State," right? You heard that,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Am I lying about that?
No,
Because if you get hurt, they would take your scholarship and everything.
yeah, yeah. Those are facts. One thing that like I
So am
learned
I
during
lying about that?
hey,
no,
Kennedy. All right.
No,
Hey,
no,
look.
no. I'm
Well,
trying
hold
to
on. Kennedy.
oh,
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Put yourself on mute or you're going to get dropped. Hey, Philly, what's going on, boss? What's going on, boss? Tell me something
Salute,
good, man. Salute, bro.
salute, bro. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. You got some
we
All
can
questions?
right.
hear
Yeah. My question to him is that did he feel any type of way that did Dion show any favoritism to his son? Was like did he get any extra or any favoritism because his son was on the team?
no, and I, others would agree with me, but yet and still, he treated him as he was one of us. He had to go. He had to be in the weight room. If he went in the weight room, he got in trouble. They had to be in meetings on time. Like I can account for plenty of meetings where like he's like put his own son at the meeting because his son was late. So like no, they were held to the exact same standard that we were.
That's what's up. And my last question for you is you still playing one more year for Jackson State, correct?
No, I won't be on the team this upcoming fall. I'm just gonna finish up my degree and
Okay.
go ahead and start my master's program.
All right, man. Salute to you, man. I appreciate you. Thanks, Coach Dude, for the interview, man. Keep your head up. I hope you make it far, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Philly. Anything else, Kennedy?
No, I'm just dog. I'm sitting up here. I'm so proud of him, and he's so intelligent right now. He's like, man,
Yeah, but do you got any questions like, football
I
questions, coach prime questions,
know.
anything like that?
Like, what kind of question I? Cause I'm just so proud. I don't know what question to ask. What you want me to ask you, dog?
Hey, it ain't what I want you to ask. Oh, all right, bro. Hey, look, I appreciate you, Ken, man. Salute, man.
I was just saying, like, I ain't know what question you want me to ask. Cause I have questions, but I ain't want to,
If you
ask
got some
nothing.
legitimate questions, we're gonna give you some
Hey,
legitimate
look.
questions. Other than that,
So
you know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep on pushing.
no. How long do you think the how long do you think it's gonna take for you to be in the situation where they consider you at the draft?
Well, just for the betterment of myself and being that I've been around professional level people, as of now, I'm not considering the NFL anymore. I would rather just go ahead and make something of myself going forward because a lot where a lot of people fall short is they chase that NFL dream for a long time, and they end up putting themselves in a lot of debt and putting themselves behind on a lot of just life opportunities because they would rather chase something that's kind of hard to reach. I mean,
You know
take into
what?
consideration.
That's a beautiful answer. And tell them what you're going to school for. You're looking at the long goal. Tell them what you're going
Yeah,
to school
I'm
for
looking
now.
at longevity. I'm
Yeah,
looking at
no,
longevity.
can you please repeat what you're going to school for?
I'm going to be a recreational therapist.
All right, Ken.
That's long term. Hey, thank you for letting me be up here, man. And I can't
Yes,
wait
sir.
to be
Appreciate
one of
you.
your church.
Yes, sir. Salute, big dog. Appreciate it. Go ahead,
Okay,
Philip. You got another
salute.
question for me?
Yeah, I got another question for him. A lot of people say when it comes from college to the NFL, trying to make it to the NFL is very political. Do you agree with that? To make it to the
Completely,
NFL is political?
completely. So I 100% so believe that it's a. I will honestly tell you, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
And that's what I wanted to hear because I hear, there's people I see that got way more talent than people that actually go to the NFL. And I feel like I wanted to ask somebody that actually saw this because that's what they say is more political than anything. But I appreciate you, man. I'm done. Coach Dude, man, again, man, salute.
Yes, sir. I got a question from the chat, man, from Nick Saban Jr. It says, what was your dream school coming out of high school?
Alabama.
Yeah, roll damn time, baby. Roll damn time.
Alabama.
You already know. Hey, Coach, hey, Nick Jr., you already heard roll damn time, baby.
Hey,
Alabama.
Coach Dude. So let me ask him. So right now he's basically done college, correct? So do you have any like tryouts for the NFL or like any dreams in that, anything in that nature?
No, I where I'm at mentally. I just want to take care of my family, and just I'm at a point where I know I can keep chasing this uphill battle, but I would rather just it's a lot of stuff out here. Like just taking into consideration, you don't get insurance being an athlete. Like they don't give you insurance and stuff like that, and I want benefits and stuff just for longevity. I want to take care of myself and make sure that my family is taken care of after I'm gone.
So I
Yeah,
got a
that's
question.
what's up.
This past year, y'all played here in Mobile. Y'all played here in Mobile. How was that for you coming back home, playing for Dion, playing as a SWAC champ, coming back home, playing in front of the home crowd?
I'm gonna just tell you this, and this should give you a perfect answer. After the game, I had my gloves taped on my hand. Right, they was taped on. That's one thing I did. I kept them taped on because I play D line. I need to. So my gloves was taped on, and I ran into a fan outside the stadium, and it was some little kids, and they was asking for the gloves. I'm like, man, they taped on, and then I ran into this one little fan. It was a little girl, and I was just like, man, that was you feel me? That was me a long time ago.
Right.
And she was there with her uncle, and he was like, man, can you just do something for my niece? I was like, you know what? I took both of them. I took all the tape off and gave it to her, and the guy reached back out to me on Instagram later on that night, and he told me like, man, like I really appreciate what you did, like because like all the other players was just walking directly past, and I told him like this home for me.
Right.
Like I didn't
But you
made
played
plays
over
on
there.
this field. Like honestly, like I didn't won games on this field. I didn't made plays on this field, and just to be home after such a long time. Jackson they hadn't played in Mobile since they played South Alabama my sophomore year, and I had just had surgery on my shoulder, so I couldn't play. So just to be able to go back home and experience that, especially playing under Coach Brian, it was they knew I was at home. I knew I was at home. So it was just like I told you, like my first game I was in my element. Like I felt it
Right.
felt natural there.
Right. So let me ask you this, man. Now you back-to-back SWAC champs, back-to-back SWAC. So I ran up against that MEAC. Yeah, y'all ran up against that MEAC. Now, how was that for you? Now you back-to-back SWAC. Y'all ran through the SWAC,
Okay.
but y'all get to that MEAC. What? South Carolina State 1 year,
And then North Carolina
and
Central.
yeah, North Carolina Central the next year.
Nah,
So how was that? It was that disappointment. Well, how was that for you?
I can't account for South Carolina State. I didn't play in that game.
Okay.
I was academically in this. So okay.
Uh,
Grades, fellas. Make sure y'all get y'all grades. But North Carolina Central. Do you want to know the real nitty gritty?
Yeah, we want to know.
This is the truth. This is what don't nobody know. This is like what the media doesn't know and what the world doesn't know. They had 3 head coaches over there coaching against us. North Carolina A&T coach was over there, and South Carolina State coach was over there.
Wow. So they had
basically had 3 head coaches over there coaching against our 1 head coach.
So basically, it was
we were
the MAC versus the MAC versus Jack State. Basically,
we was out coached, and that's completely what it was. We were out coached. Like I can honestly say that. Like that is the 100% true. Had 3 head coaches over there coaching against us.
Right. So was it kind of like any disappointment or anything like that?
It hurt.
Just to lose.
It hurt because we knew we was gonna beat the brakes off them.
Right. Talent wise,
they couldn't see us.
Right.
Hey, there's nothing. Listen, this is when I knew that it was separated. I went out there during maybe the first drive they sent me out there. I'm out there and I get double teamed by the center and the guard, and I didn't threw both of them. I said, "What's going on? Like these dudes, they this big and they so soft like this."
Right.
That man, we were out coached.
That's what it was. So look, did y'all play any D1 school?
We D1 double A, but we played some yeah.
Like, what's okay? What was the biggest school that y'all outside the SWAC and things like that? What was the biggest school that you competed against? Okay, so how was that?
They couldn't score. They couldn't get in the end zone. They beat us on field goals.
So that's all that was. They just had a good defense. Basically, kind of shut your offense down.
Yeah, and then taking into consideration that was Shadir freshman year.
Right.
So he was young.
Right.
He had a lot to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So just for the he got in the end zone though. He got us in the end zone. But for them to be ULM, the Warhogs, they in this bigger conference than us. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like they.
And that's usually, man, when SWAC, MEAC, black schools play them type of D1 schools, it's always 55-0.
Yeah, it was a money game. For it to be a money game, y'all almost lost.
Right. And that's crazy. That's like with Auburn. Last year before last, where A&M gave them a fight. State gave them a fight. That's right. State gave them a fight. Things like that, man. So do you feel like, okay, we all know top to bottom, the talent level is different. But do you feel like the starting 11, the first 11, do you feel like the first 11 in the SWAC can compete against, let's just say, the Sun Belt, with South Alabama, those conferences like that?
Some teams, as far as recruiting now, I can honestly say this. Shout out to Coach O. Coach O, if you ever run across, you gonna know that you are Coach O gonna go.
Ace, come here, run! To this goddamn phone.
Your recruiters, you know what I'm saying? It's all about the recruitment and who you're able to recruit. But as far as talent wise, the only thing that matters, the only difference is the front 5. Only difference.
You gotta leave your phone, dude.
That's the only difference. The front 5. The front 5 is because they're not able to get those same recruits as those big schools. Like you might think about Bama, like they offensive line might average 6'6" across.
Right.
350. But Jackson State might not be able to do that. Right. But when it comes down to those skill players, all the skill players are the same.
Right. So do you think like besides that, like the recruiting budgets and things like that, you feel like that come into play too?
I feel like the worst thing they could have did as far as Coach Brown was give him the money that he wanted to work with.
Hey, if you can still hear us in the chat, man, put drop a football or 2 in the chat for us, y'all. If y'all can still hear us. Hopefully everything is still going. Hopefully everything going. Hey, man, we here, man. We finna get ready to wrap it up in a few minutes, man. Y'all, it's an open panel, so if y'all have any questions for yourself or in the chat, man, please be free to drop it in the chat and all that stuff. Man, we just here, man, chopping up with a former T.Graham, man, with former Jack State, 2-time SWAC champion. We just here chopping up, man, just talking football, things like that right now, man. So again, man, I want to say, man, besides football, man, you already know I'm proud of you, man. I love you so much, man. I thank you. So let's just say, man, like for my young son, man, that's a 6th grader. What would you say to the young kids of today, especially here in Mobile, Alabama, especially where around the corner where you come from and over here in Thomasville, stuff like that, man. Where you know how it is.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I know.
You know how it is.
So, honestly, and this was sitting on my heart. This was kind of what I really wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's If you want to go to the next level, and I'm looking at the camera. If you want to go to the next level, if this is what you want to do with your life, understand that it's different. It's in high school. I played football for fun. I know plenty of dudes that play football for fun. When they get to college, it's a job.
Right.
Fall camp, you're gonna be gone from 6 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
Literally, like the only time you get to yourself is them few little hours here and there. This is a job. This is 100% commitment. And guess what? If you're gonna do it right. I'm finna tell y'all something that coaches want to see. Coaches want to see you run to the ball. If you're on defense, run to the ball when the ball is in play. Run to your position after the play. If you're on the practice field, because guess what? Coaches don't want. Ain't too many coaches gonna come and ask for no games. I'm gonna tell you the truth. They want to see what you do in practice. They want to see what you'll do in practice. What he does on the practice field gonna translate to the game. And being coachable is 100% what they are looking for. If you can be one of the best players in the United States, if you're not coachable, they're not gonna want you.
Hey, Nick Jr. See if it tap in now, man. See if it tap in now. I had a subscriber, man, trying to get on the panel, man. I don't know if it was able to hit the link or not. But if you still have any questions, man, in the chat, man, or if you want to hit the panel, man, please be free. We still got at least 10 more minutes left of this great conversation, man. We're here with T.Graham, former Jack State. You know I got to do it, man. You know my little silly ass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, like I said, man, I just like I said, man, I remember that group y'all had, man, over here, man. Even though we know about the situations that we had, especially over here, where we have to overcome football wise. Yeah. But man, that group that y'all had, man, that group was special in so many ways. From DeJuan, because you know what I'm saying, DeJuan, man, that little dude was a run. He was a hell of a runner, man. But even for myself, man, coming from the same program you came from, the recruiting, man, because like my senior year, dog, we had to give out our own tape.
And it shouldn't have to be.
See what I'm saying? We had to do all of that for ourselves. Like, well, we had to. Hey, this coach is at Viger. See what I'm saying? You get wind of this coach at Viger, so you had to goddamn go skip school and run over there and try to get in and fit in to get your tape, stuff like that. Man, your opinion? Do you feel like that's a disadvantage for us?
Guess what? Honestly, I'm gonna say this for my people. My people. We don't put the legwork behind it. Like, right. You feel me?
Right.
And I hate that. I hate that. You have some people that do. You have some people that do for sure. Coach something Williamson. He was putting that legwork behind them players.
Yes.
He was putting the two players he did have signed my senior year. They went to South Alabama and Auburn.
Right.
You have to, out of 22 seniors. No, out of 22 seniors here on my senior team, out of 22 of us, for me to be the only person that signed,
that ain't right.
That's not right. That don't add up. And I wasn't the only talented person on this team.
You're right.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I had the best grades. I'm not gonna sit here and just belittle none of that. For 22 talented players, I'm at least 15.
Should have went somewhere. You're right. That's it. Like, man, my senior year, man, it was a dude, man, named Brandon Shoes. Brandon Shoes, man, he still get talked about to this day from over here, man. When we be out, they be like, boy, shoot. Man, the only reason why it was a school, shout out to Dallas, it's a school down there called Quinn. Paul Quinn that was the only, Paul Quinn and Miles was the only schools that came over here to us. See what I'm saying? And we was trying to get in, man. And it was hard, bro. When I say like real deal hard to get noticed. And back then we didn't have all them 7-on-7 camps and all that stuff like that. We didn't have all them same opportunities. Hey, we're going on career. Salute, brother. Salute, Nick. So how y'all doing today,
to both of y'all.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, what's going on, fellas? What's going on? Y'all got some questions today? Man, go ahead, career.
Yeah,
Give me something.
I want to ask him a little something. I want to ask him how you feel about this old high school of Florida getting a new stadium. And is he gonna go back and he gonna go back and support be a coach or something, or influence on the youngest coming after him. How you feel about that?
Hey, Corral, hold on. What you know about that over there, boy? What you know about that
Man,
over
you know
there?
I ain't coming in here half stepping.
What you know about that over there, boy? What you know
I
about that
know I'm
over
from New Orleans, but I ain't coming half stepping back.
That's actually very interesting that you say that because me and Sam had this conversation off camera. Um, I didn't have those opportunities. We didn't have too many people that really was able to come back and really teach us nothing. So out of my 4 years here, the only other person that signed a big scholarship was D Hose, and he went to Grambling. So I was just telling him that I spoke with the linebacker coach already, and I was gonna come back up here and help him coach. I'm gonna give back because you got to take into consideration. I just was under a staff that had over 90 years of NFL experience. I just learned a lot. I trust me, like I learned a lot from I transitioned from you. Remember, they moved me to D line my senior year, and they made me. They just let me do what I told them. I play D line if y'all let me do what I want to do.
I remember.
Y'all let me do what I want to do, and I still led the team in tackles. Remember that I still led the team in tackles, but nah, like I done actually got an opportunity to learn something. So yes, I've already spoken with a couple coaches, and I do plan on coming back up here and giving back to my community because if it wasn't LaFleur, I honestly don't know where I'd be. It's these halls that made me. So
Hey, Nick, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What you got for us? Salute, brother. Salute, brother. I appreciate you tapping in, man. Appreciate you much respect. What you got for us?
Hey, so the question I want to ask, so the day when game day was in Jackson State, what was that atmosphere like and what was the feel for game day to be at the HBCU today?
okay, so that day, we came in just off like we knew what time it was because taking into consideration, you feel me, you had to know what was going on. When I say like the whole city was flooded, like when we pulled up to the stadium, it was barely enough room for the buses to move. So just having all, and then like I played, you feel me, like on camera. I played. How you doing? I played like in front of like ESPN and stuff like that before, but just the simple fact of knowing that that's what was going on. Then Troy Aikman came that day. Troy Aikman was there that day, and then we had like a lot of more famous people that day. But just it was man. Every game was a culture shock, to be honest with you, because it's like you're not used to that many people around you. You're not used to that seeing no stuff like this. You're not used to college game day if you ain't never had it.
I don't think we was used to it seeing it on TV.
Just seeing it on TV. I can see these folks standing out here and talking. Man, coming up and seeing all these signs for college game day and seeing all this stuff, it was just like,
It was amazing.
bro.
Lee Corso, bro. We were watching that man all our lives on
Lee
TV,
Corso
bro.
actually didn't come.
No, because he was sick.
Yeah, he was sick.
Yeah.
Lee Corso didn't
Yeah,
come.
he was sick.
But everybody else was there, so you feel me? Just like that, just experiencing that, and we won.
Right.
And we won. I'm talking about we did folks so bad they stopped advertising. I mean, they stopped playing our game and started playing a whole nother game.
Yeah. Correct. You got another question for us, brother?
Yeah, to go off what he just said. And shout out to you. You was all academics too, huh? 2019, right?
Yeah, I was all academic.
Yeah, look at him, boy. Yeah, I told you, boy, we do books too, though.
Salute. But who was your favorite celebrity to meet during all that time, man? Because I seen Gilly and them turned up. That like who was your favorite?
Guess what? Gilly showed a lot of love. Gilly and Wallow showed a lot of love. Like I've had personal conversations with Gilly and Wallow. Rick Ross showed a lot of love, but probably the person who I enjoyed meeting the most. Who could I say? I enjoy Warren Sapp. I enjoy Mike Vick. You feel me? I met Snoop Dogg or Yellow Beezy. I gotta be honest. Fredo Bang.
Fredo
Bang was a cool dude. Fredo Bang was a cool dude.
Hey, so okay. So Snoop like
Yeah.
Snoop, like, how was it seeing Snoop? How was it meeting Snoop, bro?
Man, just imagine we going through our warm-up lines and this big, tall, lanky dude walking past, and I turn around and I see it. Because guess what? I ain't gonna say who told me, but somebody that worked for Coach Prime let me know the night before that Snoop Dogg had just flew in.
Right.
So I knew Snoop Dogg was
So
there.
you already was on game.
I already knew he was there. So man, just like I'm standing out there, we in our warm-up lines, and he walked directly behind me. I turned around and looked. I said, "That's Snoop Dogg."
That's
Man, I'm talking about
7 foot tall.
yo, wait, I'm gonna be honest with you. He's not that tall in person.
Right.
He's not that
He's
tall.
just skinny as
He's
hell.
just skinny. He's real skinny. He didn't look that tall in person. He tall now, but he wasn't that tall in person.
That's because you were the football, man. You just saw some big tall niggas. So Snoop ain't go like Snoop ain't 7 feet type, shocking tall. So you know.
We definitely had an O lineman at 6'7".
Cause what's his name was Tatum was what?
Tatum 6'4".
Yeah, that damn.
Tatum played for FIU. Shout out Tatum.
Shout out Tatum.
Love my dog.
Dang, cause what, he went to Grambling first, then transferred. No, he went to JUCO first.
No, he went Grambling and
then JUCO.
Went JUCO.
Yeah.
He went to Gulf Coast.
Yeah, he went to Gulf Coast. Yeah, that's it. You got another one for Nick?
Yes, sir. So to young kids out there, what advice do you have for them to if they want to start getting recruited at an early age?
At an early age,
What do they need to do?
honest with you. As of now, what's banging right now is social media. Social media is getting kids recruited right now. So like these TikTok videos, you see these little shorts and all this stuff of these kids doing these miraculous things and stuff like that. Think of Baby Grunk. Baby Grunk got an offer from Jackson State. And he number like what, 13?
13. Yeah.
He 13 years old. Is what you're putting out there for these folks to see.
Right.
Is what you putting out there for these folks to see. I wish we would have had TikTok and all that stuff when I was trying to get recruited. But I'm telling you, like as of now, social media is what's getting these kids recruited. All you need is one good clip, and get what? That's gonna put you on the radar.
That what's up. That what's up.
And
what made you pick number 65? I'm gonna let him finish.
A positive social media outlook. My bad. I always forget that. Monetize what these children are putting on the internet. You think of all this stuff that's going on with Ja Morant. They're going back and they're actually seeing all this negative stuff that he was posting on the internet back in the day, making jokes out of it. Make sure you pay attention to what your kids is doing on this internet. That like honestly, like Coach Prime made us change all our Instagram. He pulled us in the room for a meeting and said, "Y'all gotta change our Instagram names right now." And like anything that you got on there that don't fit the standard, it gotta go.
Hey, look, let me tell you, it's crazy because you had a picture on the ground. You got it was masked up. I was gonna put that on here, right? But I was like, no, that's why I had asked you. I said, man, you know what? Let me get you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, y'all. Hey, man, my peoples was in the locker room. He was ski masked up, right? I was gonna put that on here, but I was like, no, let me not do that. Let me not do that.
That's crazy.
Hey, anything else, fellas?
I get what he's saying about the monetize thing, though, man. Because Dion's son, like, he blowed up off film and all that, man. I be watching this YouTube, man, on Travis Hunter too, man, and even a daughter, man, like with that, man. So I feel you, like they need to start some YouTube channels, man, and show workouts, man, do more, man, because that Coach Prime them, man, messing up the algorithm right now, man. So yeah, man. So Prime was smart telling y'all put Coach Prime in front of y'all name or something. You dig? Like, you feel what I'm saying? So yeah, he's smart, man, with that marketing, man. So yeah, that's man, like how can I say you was nervous with all that attention though, and the last game, like, knowing Coach Prime was gonna transfer, how that made y'all feel, man, playing that last game, knowing it is gonna be the last game with Coach Prime.
It made us really sit in stone. One thing that he pushed was his story. Each person got his own story, you know. So like we was all pushing for, like, you got to remember, we just made history. We went 12-0. Undefeated, first team to ever do it in Swag history. We really have like we made history. So we wanted to just to continue making history. We wanted 13 and 0. We wanted that. Ain't nobody really want to see us for real, but that's how it was. Like we really weren't focused on the fact that he was finna leave. Like that wasn't no biggie. Like nobody really felt no type of way. We just was really it kind of, because even like as soon as he told us, like we was all still happy, taking pictures with the trophy, taking pictures with him, having good conversations, talking and stuff. Like it was all good vibes. It wasn't nothing bad. We were more upset with the way that the world felt towards him than how we should have felt towards him.
Yes, fact.
I
Hey, fellas,
respect that, man. Saying y'all
you
ain't
got
got no
one more for me?
excuses, man. Y'all ain't got no
Hey, Nick,
excuses, man. Not, I fuck with that.
you got one more question for me, Nick?
Yes. Oh, it basically all I do is want him to explain to people out there, because I heard him mention something about if you want to play on the next level about special teams, explain to the kids and people out in the world how important special teams is, man.
Guess what? Honestly, if you don't want to play special teams, if you don't want to play special teams, you're not gonna make a college team. But if you don't want to play
That
special
fact.
teams, then you might as well cancel the NFL, because
That
taking into
fact.
consideration how many folks get in where they fit in just playing on special teams in the NFL.
And I agree to it so much because I'm an Alabama fan that hard, but I follow college football to the T. And I explained to people that Terrell Davis, when he got in the NFL, he was a running back. But the way he was able to get his snaps at running back, he had to play special teams and go down the field and knock the hell out of a couple people for him to get his snaps at running back.
Yeah,
And I
you
want to know what's your number one thing you learned from like playing college football, football about life. Like the number one thing it taught you about life that can help you pass football.
that's a good one. Um, what could I say? That's a good one. He got me there.
Yeah,
And
coach. Yeah, coach.
what I really, it's gonna be something so like something that college football really taught me. Guess what? I think I got it. Okay. So something I learned was at the end of the day, you're expendable.
Hmm.
So give it what you
Fact.
can while you can.
Hmm.
It's somebody coming behind you that want it. It's somebody that they gonna feel more talented to you. So never be comfortable. I'm never comfortable. I'm never comfortable. I always remember that it's gonna come a time and a place where it's time for the next one, and that's why you gotta go hard while you can. I ain't saying just overexert yourself or nothing like that, but understand at the end of the day, you only got one shot at this. We ain't nobody been here before. This all our first time living. So just know while you got your chance, take advantage of it.
Hey, say, fellas, I'm finna go ahead and clear the
Fire.
panel, man.
Appreciate you, coach. Appreciate y'all, man. Great interview, man. Wish the best for all y'all up here, man. Oh man. Salute, man.
Hey,
Appreciate you. Salute, career. Salute. You already know what it is. Appreciate you, Nick. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Nick Jr.
no problem, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, look, fellas, look, everybody, man. I really appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. I really hope y'all enjoyed this interview, man. I hope for everybody to got a little insight on Coach Prime, got a little insight on college football, got a little insight on just a few things, especially like with our environment and coming from Mobile, Alabama. You know what I'm saying, one of the cities that's on First 48. It's kind of hard for us around here. So man, any last words? Any last words?
Um, Thank you, Jackson State, for the boy you took and made a man.
Hmm.
That's it. Just thank you. I don't regret nothing. I'm thankful forever.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Like I told you, man. I've been telling you, man. I'm proud of you. I love you. You know what I'm talking about? Like genuine, deep down, boy, I love you, man. I'm always proud of you. You always know you got a super fan of me ever since them days. You know what I'm talking about? Since little boy days, man. For real, man. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Please, man. You know, if you any of your football mates, football fellas, you know what I'm saying? When they see this, man, if they want to get on, man, please pass the word, man. They can get a point of view, get a, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Appreciate you, man. But look, man, everybody, man, it's been my time, man. Y'all already know what I tell you, man. Every day above that dirt is a blessing, no matter what. Stop all that stress. Salute. Much respect. Appreciate it.